Hi guys, Mike Lickeneck, Moving is Life. It is Tuesday morning, and Tuesday morning is Double Tap Tuesday. All right, today the double tap is going to be about a quote that I absolutely love by somebody that was always an inspiration for me. It's a quote by Bruce Lee, and then I'm going to give you my outtake on that quote, which will be the double tap. His quote, then my quote. Okay, the quote is long-term consistency trumps short-term intensity. That quote is a Bruce Lee quote. Okay, again, long-term consistency trumps short-term intensity. However, here's my quote: it is the short-term intensity that tests the long-term consistency. All right, by Michael Lickeneck. Again, it is the short-term intensity that tests the long-term consistency. Mike Lickeneck. That's my quote. So if you ever use it, make sure you give me credit. Okay, so here it goes. For many years, my martial art background. Okay, and I'm gonna make a distinguished difference here between my martial art background and my military background. Okay, the reason Haganah is so unique, it is because it has roots in both militant and military background and true martial art background. Okay, so if you know me, my lineage in martial arts is Bruce Lee to Joe Louis to Mike Lickeneck. Okay, so Joe Louis was a student of Bruce Lee. I was a student of Joe Louis for many years. I'm a 6th-degree black belt in his system. So on a martial art level, Haganah is influenced from solid martial arts background. Joe Louis fighting systems, true Muay Thai, Dutch Muay Thai, Thai boxing, and it's a strong lineage. Okay, so we are unique because a lot of time in reality fighting, you got all these guys that create their systems in reality fighting. They don't have a deep root in traditional martial arts, and it's kind of like they invented a martial art, or they created a martial art, or they developed a martial arts. I'll give them the credit where credit is due. But they'll say, all right, we can use all our techniques because they're so deadly. If we do it, we'll kill you. Okay, it is actually in the martial art arena, and specifically in the functional combat sports arena, that things are tested. Like in kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, things are actually tested. Okay, then you have the actual military, which has a combat record, a battle record. In other words, if you were in battles, combat, conflicts, wars, whatever you want to call it, then you have true experience. Okay, so you have people that create self-defense programs or reality fighting programs, and it's all about the theory. Well, I think it should be like that, but it was never tested. And if you ask them, all right, let's test it. No, it's too deadly. I can't do this technique. I'll break your arms. Okay, so Haganah has that advantage, or that unique aspect, that it comes from true martial arts, solid martial arts background, and also military background. Not only my military background, I'll give an example. This last week, two Duvdevan operators were here training knife fighting under me. Usually I train shooting under them. So the teacher became the student, and the student became the teacher. That's called iron sharpens iron. Okay, so if you look at Haganah, it's not only about me. A lot of Israeli Special Forces guys have impacted Haganah. Moti Orenstein, Ron Mizrahi, they're both my generation. They're both paratroopers. Then you have Garrett, Jacob, that came from Duvdevan. Then you have Bernie that came from Sayed Nahal, and is now in a very elite unit in Israel. I don't want to broadcast it here on YouTube, but he's in a very elite unit right now. He was also part of the dignitary protection of the IDF. So you're looking at Haganah has a very strong relationship with both martial arts and military. That's what makes us unique. Now let's go back to that quote, which is by Bruce Lee. Long-term consistency trumps short-term intensity, versus what I'm saying, it is the short intensity that tests the consistency. Okay, if you do something, you have to test it. Okay, if something is not tested, it's a theory and it's basically bullshit. Okay, so if you, let's take workout for an example. Let's say I'm on a program, I'm working out, I say it's 7 weeks, whatever. At the end of that 7 weeks, you have to have what I call an inspection. And in Israel, we say you must inspect what you expect. Okay, you can't train special forces guys and then go, all right, let's send them to a mission, but we didn't do an inspection, because you don't know how they're going to perform. In other words, you must inspect what you expect. That's my quote. That's the quote of the short intensity will test the long-term consistency. Okay, any program you do, if it's fitness, if it's strength acquisition, if it's martial art, if it's anything, you have to have a test at a certain point to prove that it actually works. Okay, so that's the double tap for today, guys. Short-term intensity, test the long-term consistency. If you truly train on a consistent level, once in a while, give yourself a test. Find out where you are. Inspect your level, okay? It's a way of testing what you're doing, if it's number one working, if number two you're progressing, or you're just in idle. If you're only in idle and you never test what you're doing, you'll never know what it's worth. Anyway, Mike Lee Kineric, two quotes, one by Bruce Lee and one by Mike Lee Kineric. Short-term intensity, test the long-term consistency. Have a good one.